Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you,
Happy Wednesday.
Courtney?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a beautiful Wednesday
Oh,
and it is hump day. So hump over your hurdle, hashtag hump over your hurdle. And while you're hitting up the hashtags, like and share because you don't want to miss this. It's going to be a massive topic and we're really excited. So be sure to like and share right now, hashtag force for growth for your chance to win a copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, or thank you, Vanna White, if you are watching right now, the medical medium Cleanse to Heal. And you get to pick between the two. And we are wrapping that up at the end of this week. So make sure to share, share, share. And if you're listening on Apple, if you would leave us some feedback after the episode, that is how you enter there. But
yes.
yeah.
Whew, this is a big one, Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
What's today's topic?
The power of words. One
Oh,
of my favorite subjects.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Man,
One of the
this is
biggest
big.
subjects.
Why is this so big right now?
Well, right now, because the world's becoming aware of it, but it's so big because it dictates everything in our
Yeah.
life. And you're going to share some fascinating info on that just, I
Eh,
think we're going to relate some studies you maybe have heard of to a lot bigger part of the picture. And yeah, let's jump
Yeah.
right into it.
And the other thing is, have you noticed how people's emotions and words have changed over the last year? How many
Yeah.
times have you seen the word hate and dislike, disgusting on your Facebook feed? Liars, things
Hmm.
like that. I've
Yeah.
noticed these words coming up on my Facebook feed a lot more lately.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy behind those words.
A lot of energy, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. This
Hmm.
is an important episode. Make sure you like and share because this is going to be big.
Yes.
Okay. How the power of words, how do these words impact you? The thing is, we really don't know. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, the scientific community really truly does not know. We have no way to measure that right now. We can do graphs, we can do this, we can monitor the brain, we can do all these things. But at the end of the day, we really truly do not know how words, emotions, thoughts, and all these things impact our body,
Hmm.
our mind, our health, how we perceive the world. We really truly don't know.
We only have a drop in the bucket as to what we do know. So, kind of all this wonderful science and personal development and how our brains work, we still,
Don't know.
it's just a drop in the bucket.
And I
Yeah.
love the fact that you said the drop in the bucket because we're going to take a look at some of the pictures from the New York Times bestseller, The Hidden Messages in Water by our friend, Dr. Emoto,
Yeah. You might know.
Masaru Emoto. This is available on Amazon and all of your favorite bookstores, but we're going to relate this to how your words, your thoughts, your emotions impact your body. The
Hmm.
power of words that you have over yourself and the power of words that your words have over other people.
Yeah. And
So
words, before Ricardo really gets going, because I love to listen to him talk about this subject, but keep in mind that when you use words, you're casting energy out.
yes.
So, as woo as it sounds, that's why they call it spelling, because you're casting a spell when you use words and put meanings to letters coming together, So, really take a step back and open your perspective when you're listening to this, because I think you'll have some breakthroughs, whether it's self
Yes.
talk, self love, whatever. But just know that you're casting energy out. So,
So
but
why
here's some
this is
amazing
important,
science behind
Courtney, what percentage of our body is made up of water?
it. 80%, about
80%.
80%. There are studies, give or
80%.
take.
80%.
Hmm.
And about 80% of the earth is made up of water.
Hmm.
Everything needs water. We can
Yeah.
live without food for a certain amount of time. We can live without air, obviously, for a very short amount of time. But without water, if we don't drink water, our bodies, our mind, our brains, all sorts of things cannot function,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, would it make sense that if our body is made up of 80% water, the world is made up of 80% water, that how things impact water, that it would impact us.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
based on that, if it makes sense that if we can figure out how things impact water, that there's probably a really good chance that they impact us the same way, or
Yes.
at least very similar,
And our environment around us.
and
So
our
us
environment around us.
and that outward energy that we're sharing with the world. Because I think of the earth as a living creature, and then we are living creatures on it. So majority wise, 80% is water. It's not just you're affecting with your
Correct.
words.
So right now I have a picture up from The Hidden Messages of Water by our friend Masoto. And there's two crystals here. What he did was he would take these crystals, he would freeze them, and then he would look at them under a microscope. Which one of these would you want in your body?
The top one.
Why?
It's more melodic. It's more there. It's the pattern is there. So kind of this, if you the patterns of life or the tree of life, all these synchronistic. It looks like it's more living than the bottom one.
Yes. So it's prettier, it's better. Does it look healthier?
Yes, more
Yes.
structured, more like the cells have a purpose.
Yes.
If I
So
were
the top one, they pasted the words in Japanese, "Let's do it," to a glass of water. On the bottom one, they pasted the words "do it" to a glass of water, and these are the results that they got.
Wow.
So what do you want in your body? Which one would you prefer in your body? Which one is healthy and vibrant and full of life?
Yeah,
The top
definitely
one.
the top one. And it's for you guys that aren't watching on the video, it's the bottom one is like a big dark circle with a hole in it, but it's not the pattern's not there. So just to explain what the bottom one was too. So what's this next one?
So this next one is they took children and they talked to the water. They said, "You're beautiful," a few times, "You're beautiful" several times, and then ignoring the water.
Ooh. Okay,
So
so what we're looking at here is a kind of pretty picture up top, a very beautiful pattern in the middle, and then the bottom is just a big mess. There's not
correct.
a pattern to it. So what is
So do
he?
you see what ignoring, if this is what happens to the water when it's ignored, what do you think happens to people when you ignore them? Again, based on the fact that our bodies are made up of 80% water, is it possible that these are the chemical reactions that we're creating inside of the people that we love,
Or when we ignore ourselves.
or when we ignore ourselves? This
Mhm.
one hit me hard when I started thinking about my son and how sometimes I tend to ignore him.
Mhm.
It was a big wake up call because I don't want to create that in his body. How's that going to show up? That'll show up in some kind of disease, some
Mhm.
kind of other ailment. How can it not? How can it not?
Exactly. Well, that's what hit me so like a brick in the face whenever at the first meeting I saw you speak on this, because I remember you stopped and he had just told the story about, I believe, so a elementary school, and maybe it was linked to the slide he just showed, but an elementary school took two of the same plants, put one in one hallway, another second, and basically ask the kids to speak hateful terms to one plant and speak very loving terms to another. And he has a great picture up on the screen right now of the difference between if you they probably did that for 30 days or a few weeks, but
Yes.
if you talk to the water. And to finish my point, the plants ended up, of course, the one that they focused loving energy on flourished, and the other one died very quickly. And so Ricardo turned around and was like, so what if it has nothing to do with this or this or this? It's all comes down to speaking to the water in your body. Like if you really sit there, and the power in that, like it still blows my mind. It still blows my mind. That was years ago. So
This is the rice experiment. So they put rice in 2 jars with a little bit of water in it, and They put hate on one jar and love on the other and waited 30 days. And as you can see, what's going on the hate jar?
It looks moldy and disgusting and gross, and just stuff's growing in it that you would not
Want.
consume.
And on the love jar,
It's beautiful. It's this um, pattern at the bottom of like white. It's like a white ball of little strings or something's what it looks like, but it's crystallized
it
into
looks
this
good.
beautiful thing that just sits at the bottom, very
It looks good. So imagine
gorgeous.
this. Every time you tell someone you hate them or talk about how much you hate something, what if you're creating mold and gunk inside of your body? Do you want that inside of your body?
No.
I don't. What about if you're typing it on Facebook? Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate this person.
Mhm.
Or any other kind of negative word that is in relation to hate.
Or how easy we use that term in just daily life. Like, oh, I hate traffic. Hey, like we forget how powerful that word is, but and use it in these simple, just we aren't even speaking the truth if we think about the meaning of
We're
what we're
not.
saying.
So if you can visualize this mold and gunk being created in your body, the more that you use these negative words, oh man.
It's massive.
And
It's your
then
whole life. It's your
it's your
whole
whole
life.
life. It's your whole life. And then think about if you put on there on your Facebook or your Twitter or your something, I hate XYZ. Now you're putting it out into the world. Now other people are reading the word hate. And then you're igniting feelings in other people's world because maybe they hate that you hate it.
Hmm.
Maybe
As
they
well, when
maybe they agree with you. Maybe they hate whatever it is too, and they're like, "Oh, they're so right. I hate that too."
and what happens when two people or multiple people join in energies? It
Boom.
becomes a lot more powerful.
Yes.
Got to be
How
careful.
powerful is that? So, do you want the left? Do you want mold and gunk in your life, or do you want love? Do you want love? And it spreads. It spreads.
Yeah.
The minute that you type, I hate, I dislike, I despise, I whatever, you're awful, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're not this, you're this other thing. You're creating the gunky stuff on the left side in these people's lives and in
Without no
yourself.
choice to them. Yeah, as well as you doing that to your own body, you're casting this moldy energy onto someone else that didn't ask for that energy to be shared. But when you gossip about people, they feel it.
They
It
feel
doesn't,
it.
I love that it hasn't come up. It doesn't matter if you're close to this, if you're physically right by the water, or if you're across the world, but you're sending intentions to that glass of water. It's all relative. And we forget that. We think because this person's not right here and can hear us saying this about them that they won't know. And they do. They
What
absolutely do.
what if you wake up or whenever something that doesn't go your way, you throw out a bomb? Oh damn. Oh F. Oh F this. Oh F that. What if every time you say something like that, you're creating this in your body?
It's kind of like committing assault on your own body. We
It is.
really think it out.
It is. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Let's go to the comments. Let's see here. Miguel Romero. I believe words and emotions are attached to state. When I am in a high positive state, I am expressing positive words. The opposite happens when I am at a low state. Yes. And I'll show you exactly why that possibly happens.
Hmm.
Like, look
Yeah.
at this slide. When you're using these negative words, this is what the water turned into. This is the crystals that they turned into when you're using you full in Japanese and English and Japanese.
Wow.
And this is just because you're saying you full to the water. And they froze it, and this is what came out. Describe these pictures, Courtney.
Let's see. So the top one is kind of jump. There's not really a pattern to it, but I mean, it's of the three, I guess would be the most melodic or organized. But yeah, it just gets more. the second and third picture, it just gets more disorganized. And the bottom one looks like gunky mud. It looks like a hardened clay. Like it looks gross. It
Does it
looks
look healthy?
no.
And this is just the water being shown the words. They didn't even say the words. The bottom one says, "You make me sick. I will kill you." And it's disgusting. Do you want this in your body? Like back to what Miguel Angel Romero said. When he's in a positive state, he's feeling good because he's using positive words. The opposite happens at a low state because this is what you're creating in your body. Is this if this is going on in your body, is it going to make you feel good?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Is
We
it going to make
know
anybody else feel good?
no, which we all need to wake up more to that we're sharing this energy. We need to really work on ourselves. That's where just I am most passionate about. You need to help heal yourself because your trauma hurts more than just you, and your healing helps a lot more than just you. So we all have this, responsibility to the world to be as best as we can every day. And okay, so pretty pictures coming up. Okay, so let's flip it. So how do we okay, so let's say we caught on to a slew of words that are not healthy that we use every day. So how do we change that? How do we turn it around?
You use better words. In this example, they took school children to talk to the water. On one bucket, they told the water, "You're cute." On the other one, "You're a fool." And obviously, the "you fool" water is ugly, disgusting, and creating some kind of
Mhm.
nonsense. And again, this is what you're creating, potentially creating in other people's body and your own body when you express these thoughts. But look at how cute the cute one looks.
Yeah, it's like a perfect little snowflake.
It's a perfect little snowflake.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want the top one in your body? Would you want to create the ugly emotions in someone else's body by the water reacting to your words? Or would you want to create something beautiful, a beautiful experience in somebody else's body?
Yeah.
It's your choice. It's your choice.
Yep.
So the answer to you, Courtney, the answer is love and gratitude.
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Okay, this is the most beautiful crystal yet he's shown.
It is love and gratitude.
And it's so intricate
It
and it's
is.
so organized. Like,
How great would you feel, Courtney, knowing that if you express love and gratitude to the world, to other people, to people that you love, to Facebook, to Twitter, to wherever the case may be, that this is what you're creating in their body?
it makes you feel amazing. Yeah. It's I mean, the power of love, as cliche as that sounds, I mean, the power of love can change it all.
It is.
But bet you didn't think it was just a word you could use too. So
Correct.
you don't have to do anything. You just have to speak love into your body. And okay, an example, I have a big water jug over there and I put crystals in it. I don't do it for there's not a huge scientific reason for crystals, so don't buy those expensive water bottles. But I have some cleansing crystals in there and I have some charcoal in there and I have a lot of but the biggest step to me is when I fill that jug up about once a day. I use it for the dog water, the cat water, that like to cook with, to drink. So it's everything. I say a blessing and a prayer with it and I bless my water. And to be honest, since learning this study and since doing that for years, I wouldn't drink water I haven't blessed because of this right here.
There's other slides that show that blessing your water makes a difference. It makes a big impact on the structure of the water itself.
Mm-hmm. It's
So what are
cleaner,
you
it's
putting in your
sweeter.
body? What are you putting in your body? Think about this. You're feeling hate while you're holding a cup of water.
Yep. And then you chug that water.
Then you chug that water.
I mean, it's poison.
You're feeling love and gratitude while you're holding your water.
That is a health tonic right there. Like lights your body up. It sends vitality into every cell.
It is. This is, comment below. Let us know what you think. Jesse says, very eye-opening. Words are powerful. They're very
Yeah.
powerful, for sure.
Yeah.
And that this is just a thing. Like right now, we're heading into a big election, and you can feel the energies around social media bubbling up. People are mad. People are angry. People are disgusted. People are whatever it is on those sides
Mhm.
at the other people.
Yeah.
What are
And
you
we
what are you
yeah.
creating in their body? What are you creating in your own body?
Yeah.
Do you want to be responsible for that?
I mean, we know when with food, you are what you eat, or we've heard these cliche terms for years. I say like, oh, your brain's a mental factory. It can only use what you put in it to make new. So but it's take a step back. It's the water. Like it's 80% of your body. This is huge.
It's
And
huge.
so if you just start to focus on that for just a few seconds a day and, yeah, work on not saying, oh, I hate this or I hate this throughout the day. But like if you really just spend a minute speaking love into your body, especially if you're going through an illness or a disease, I'd say turn up the dial on it. Like
It's
this,
going to show up. It's going to
yeah.
show up. Here's the thing. The way that you're talking to your body right now will predict how this disease and these ailments will show up down the line.
hmm In
It will.
fact, a lot of chronic diseases or the unfortunate, whenever somebody's told, oh, you only have 3 months to live, they have a choice to believe that or not. Yeah, there's a lot of health we can go into and all that right now. But what if it's just how they are talking to their body because it's how the water reacts? That literally, we've heard stories of people didn't believe it, sought other alternatives, blah, blah, blah. And maybe you're still in remission today. Then we have heard stories about people who believe that and almost to the day died 3 months later. So,
Yes.
what if it's how we're talking to ourselves? Like,
It's a chemical
literally, what if
reaction.
it's
It's a
that
chemical
simple?
reaction. We all know without a doubt that when we talk to ourselves and we talk to other people, there is a chemical reaction that happens. What if that chemical reaction is happening because of the way that the water is reacting to our words?
Yeah. In fact, which we need to hope. Oh no, if you've never heard. Okay, so one time, I think the second time I saw you give this speech in a meeting, the it because he just learned so much more every year. So that's why we had to bring up this subject again this year. But you had us hold a bottle of water and do the Ho'oponopono prayer to it. Am I saying that right? And,
Yes.
but I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And the water was sweeter. Like
The
you
water
then
got cooler.
okay,
People
let me
reported the water got cooler too.
so, to clarify, he first had us take a sip before the prayer and then after the prayer. So we had something to judge it based off. And yeah, mine got a lot sweeter. That's what I noticed. But yeah, I do remember people saying it got cooler, more
Yeah.
refreshing. It's
And that's
fascinating.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
hmm
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
And if you study into the gentleman who created this prayer, how does he clean the chalkboard or wipe the board? I guess.
Back to zero.
Yeah,
Go
back
back
to
to
zero.
zero.
So I don't know how to sum this up quickly, so I might hand it back over to Ricardo but basically like it's kind of the same thing. When you think a thought, it affects your body, but it also you're shooting that out into the world.
Yes.
So the power of if you can cleanse that thought and do the cleaning, they call it just the clearing
Cleaning.
or the cleaning, do that prayer, it wipes their board too. It takes that mark off you and them. So that bad energy is just it's so powerful. It's so powerful. I'm getting a
It's
little
so
worked up right
powerful.
now, but it's huge,
It's
guys.
because this is big. I don't think I want people to understand how big this is. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Is this hitting home? Are
hmm
you learning something here? Because I want you to learn this. I want you to understand this. I want you to develop and change the way that you're going about interacting with the world.
hmm Do you have any slides that show if you say I'll try or
Oh,
I can't or I am, just the power between I am. So if you have any slides that do show that, I would love to see those.
I
But
don't
I
have
mean,
that one.
just think what, you know, oh, I can't do that. I've never this. Da, da, da. In that term alone, I said can't. I said never. I said a lot of words that if you were to speak that word to water for 30 days, you would never repeat again if you saw the effect.
It's a chemical reaction. Can everyone agree on that? It's a chemical
Yeah.
reaction, right? And you're causing these reactions in people just by the power of your words.
hmm
If this picture here does not solidify this for you, I really don't know what will.
Yeah.
What are you creating in yourself? What are you spreading on social media? What are you spreading to other people? What are you spreading to your children and the people that you love? Just because they like red instead of blue,
Yeah.
just because they like blue instead of red. Do you go around thinking that people are fools because they like red or because they like blue? Look at what you're creating in their body.
Hmm. Or like when you just, oh, they're an idiot, or you make a term like that, you're
It's all
doing that
related.
to your body and them.
You don't want this? I don't want this in my body. Do
Mm-mm.
you, Courtney?
No, no.
I do not.
I'm looking to get 1% better on this subject for the rest of my life.
There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever, and I'm not a doctor. However, if you continue to say these things to yourself and to other people, it's going to turn into some kind of ailment.
Hmm.
It has to. It's
Yeah.
going to turn into some kind of ailment if you keep on repeating these things to other people.
Yeah. And it takes time. So if you're listening to this and picking up on bad habits or self-talk that you should change, take a deep breath and don't beat yourself up. Excuse me, because it takes time for these diseases to be created. So just the powers in flipping it, just speak love. Just make a
Love and
daily
gratitude.
practice of drinking a glass of water you've blessed. That's
So,
it.
so one more time, this is you fool, and in probably any negative words that you use, and then we're going to switch over to love and gratitude.
Yes. Just this beautiful snowflake.
Which one do you want in your body?
Yeah,
Do you
definitely
want this in your body or do you want the ugly gunk in your body? It's your choice. And you know what? I feel it. The more that I keep on talking about the word hate in the contents of education, I'm getting worked up.
Yeah.
I'm feeling some sort of way inside because I keep on repeating the word hate and you fool.
Hmm. Yeah, it's bringing
And
back a
yeah,
lot
and
of
I
it.
and I even caught that my tone changes. Like when I say love and gratitude, I say
Yeah,
it.
he goes back into the smooth jazz
I
voice.
do go back into the smooth jazz voice of love and gratitude.
Yes.
Think about this, guys. Think about the words that you use, how they impact your body. And again, these are images from the word, The Hidden Messages in Water by Masaru Emoto. This is widely available on Amazon. There's a lot of Google stuff on it. And here's one thing. A lot of the stuff has not been scientifically proving on a mass scale because there's so many things to consider. There's so many limitations. There's so many variables that in most cases, these experiments can be duplicated. In some cases, it can't. But there's so many variables included that there is no great solution to continuously prove or unprove this work.
Hmm.
I found one study that was peer reviewed where they did a double blind study and they were able to duplicate the results when they had people talk to water, but only one that was actually peer reviewed. That did not happen by Mr. Emoto.
What was the study of, was it monks got around a lake that
Yes,
was toxic and then they measured the water after for
yes.
toxins in it
It
and it was
turned
a drastic.
clear right before their eyes.
Okay. I knew it was a big.
It was gunky and muddy, and the monks got around it and started to chant, and the water turned clear right before their eyes.
Water's alive, guys.
It's
Like it is
alive.
absolutely alive. It's funny how we can talk about it in our own body and know it's living, existing, cellular structure in our body at 80%. But then when we're holding it in our hand, we forget this glass of water is alive. It's life force, energy.
So my challenge to everyone today is how can you create more love and gratitude in your life and spread more love and gratitude to everybody else? Because look at what you're creating in yourself. In yourself. I'm not talking about in your life. I'm talking in your physical body. This is what you're creating in yourself when you express love and gratitude.
Hmm.
And this is what you're creating in somebody else when you express love and gratitude.
Yeah. And they'll feel it. They'll feel it. You don't have to, I mean, it's
Talk
just
about
going to,
talk about making the world a better place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
go ahead, Courtney. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. I was like, are you asking me to talk about that? um, it's so massive. And like, I completely recognize this principle in my business, and I have for years. And if I like, for example, I will not talk. I mean, I won't gossip about my clients. I won't talk crap about them. Absolutely not, because that is something that will, there will be an element where they maybe second guess me or they don't trust me as much, but I'm not authentically there for my client whenever you don't truly have their best interests at heart. And it's a big concept, but I mean, business karma is real. So it's like, imagine if you're a business owner and, or maybe you're starting a new venture, but you're complaining and gossiping about every person or new client that it doesn't work out with. Okay, well, they can feel that. But likewise, it works for the positive too. When you have that love at heart for them, or, your partner, anyone, your friend across the country, they feel that. They feel it. And so that's where the true connection and like, just, I don't know, that where you have that friend where communication's flawless and it's, y'all can go a year without talking and it's like y'all haven't skipped a beat, well, that's because of that genuine love you have for them. That's what creates that communication, that connection. So it's also what destroys it. So if you've ever, I don't know, had a friend that like something this, and then you got caught up in the middle or in the war or this and that, it maybe isn't easy, but you just bow out of that situation because it's not worth what you're doing to you and to others. And I mean, it's the most accountable thing you can do, to really look at how you use words, how you speak to your own body, and be better.
And
The
why?
world needs you right
And the
now.
reason they can feel that is because you're creating a chemical reaction in
In
someone
their
else's body.
Yeah.
This is the chemical reaction that love and gratitude creates.
Yeah, I don't necessarily do it daily now, but like when I was managing an agency and working a lot of claims daily, I would ono that stack of claims every day before I left. And I truly believe it worked.
It does.
It's a woo-woo idea, but was it Dr. Moto, or was it, oh, no, it was the guy, the name of the guy, Ho'oponopono. He was working at a mental hospital in Hawaii, and down in the basement, he started just Ho'oponoing the files every night. And eventually they had to close down that mental health hospital because they didn't have any more patients. So that's, just look into that study. It's pretty fascinating.
It's a big one.
It's real,
it's a
guys.
Big one.
It's real.
It's so real. And I don't know, we couldn't express this enough, because I'm not dropping this because it's important right now, with the election right around the corner, with everything that's going on in the world, with all the things that are being posted on Facebook and everywhere else on social media. Think about what you're spreading to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what you're spreading to the world. Here, I put them both side by side now.
Oh, there we go.
What do you want
what
to
kind of
create in your
ripple are
life?
you starting?
Yeah. What do you want to create in your life? What do you want in your body? What do you want to create in another person's body? It's critical. It's important. We want to change the world. It has to start with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with love and gratitude, as seen on the left side of this page. And when you start calling people names, you fool, telling them you hate them, expressing negative emotions and using negative words towards them, you're creating what's on the right side.
Yeah. And if you are still running your mouth about other people and you haven't learned this statistic yet, when you're pointing a finger at somebody else, where's my camera? You're pointing 3 back at yourself. So just be better about talking about
Wow, look at that. That is
people,
true.
because and
Okay.
we got to stop. We got to stop. We're changing the world.
Guys.
It's time to stop.
It's important. This is so important right now with 1 month until the election, because it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse. And just keep in mind that anytime that you say something about somebody, you're either creating something beautiful or you're creating something destructive and ugly inside of them and inside of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Final thoughts, Courtney?
Just spend some time looking at your life and how you use these, and just don't beat yourself up. Don't anything. Like, don't even overthink it. Just be more graceful with yourself and create a daily practice where you speak love into your body, love and
Yes.
gratitude.
Love and
So I
gratitude.
call mine priming. He calls his meditation. Just figure out what resonates with you, and your body will absolutely respond. And if your body responds, your brain will respond. So it
Yes.
really doesn't matter what your goal is. This applies to everything. And if
Yes.
you don't do it for yourself, do it for the people around you. Teach this to your kids. Like, sit down and talk to him. No, here's what you need to do. So that's my final thought: is get 3 glasses of water and do a study with your kids. So you can do love, thank you, and hate or something. So teach the kids how, and do it for about 2 weeks. But the hate will start to stink and it'll be gross. So 3 jars with the lid. I would say do love, thank you, and hate. And what the children will learn and see before their own eyes is that love is worth threading through everything you do. Thank you is worth a daily practice to sit there and thank, whatever your religion is, thank that source for that you are alive today. A lot of people didn't get to wake up today. So you should wake up grateful. I mean, it's a big deal, guys. And then hate. So we can just show the children what this picture shows, that moldy,
This is
nasty.
rice. This is the rice experiment.
Okay. Ugh, gross.
Yeah. This is a big one. For me, I have to just go back to what I said earlier, and what I want to continue to repeat over and over again is, what do you want to create in your life? What do you want in your body? What do you want to create in the people that you love's body? Do you want to create love and gratitude, which is on the left, or do you want to create hate, despise, and all these ugly feelings and things inside of their body? Remember, it's a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
It's a chemical reaction. You're
Yeah.
creating a chemical reaction with the words that you use. You're creating a chemical reaction within yourself and within other people. Which one are you going to choose? To create something beautiful or something that ails and depletes and is ugly and that has the potential to cause disease in the future?
I'll take love and gratitude.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man. Yeah. That is
I'm off my soapbox.
a wrap, I think.
It is a
Unless we
wrap.
have any other thoughts.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday with another episode. And remember
Yes.
to just use your words wisely, guys. Use your words wisely.
Yeah.
Check out, do a search on Ho'oponopono. It's really simple. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just takes 30 seconds a day, guys.
Yeah.
Like my cleansing process, it takes 30 seconds.
Your words
And I
are
just get
powerful.
quiet. Actually, let's do it right now. You can do 2 to 3 rounds
All right, let's
before we
go.
go out. Okay. Deep breath.
Join us.
Yes.
If you're watching, join us. I love you.
Love you.
I'm sorry.
Please
forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Okay, I feel better.
I feel way better.
It works, guys.
It works.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you're catching the tail end of this, make sure you go back to the beginning and watch this entire episode and comment below. Let us know what you think. Like and share. Share the love. Share the gratitude. Share something positive, and be cautious of your words.
Yes.
We'll be back on Friday, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.